Salam everyone. I made this video because of a special request from my Azerbaijani English teacher friend. There were some particular words from the 10th grade English course that he found especially challenging, especially difficult to understand. And so I would like to explain those words now to you and help you understand those words better. Let's get started. The first word is interest-free. Interest-free. In Azerbaijani, faizsiz. Interest-free. So an example of this, where can I get an interest-free loan? Where can I get an interest-free loan? You can see some examples of the phrase interest-free in advertising here. Enjoy 4 years interest-free with a purchase, right? Or interest-free repayments over 12 or 24 months. Interest-free. The next word is inclusiveness. Inclusiveness. And I don't know how to say this in Azerbaijani. In Turkish, we say kapsayıcılık. Okay, it's an idea that, for example, in a workplace or at a school, that everyone, we help everyone to feel included. Everyone should feel accepted. And when we say everyone, it means all nationalities, all religions, all races, including people with different disabilities or handicaps. Everyone is made to feel accepted and included. Okay, kapsayıcılık. An example of this. In American schools, the idea of inclusiveness is very important. They try to make everyone feel equally included in all activities, regardless of gender, race, religion, nationality, handicap, etc. Okay, the next word is vice versa. Vice versa. Sometimes we pronounce as vice versa. Vice versa. Okay, both are acceptable. In Azerbaijani, you would say aksine or tersine. An example, the United States needs the support and friendship of Germany, and vice versa. And the next word is hailstorm. Hailstorm. Dolu fırtınası. Dolu fırtınası. Hailstorm. It's a storm with a lot of hail. Hail, of course, dolu. Little balls of ice. The sudden hailstorm broke some car windows on our street. The sudden hailstorm broke some car windows on our street. So here's a picture of hail after a hailstorm. Okay, the next is hurricane. Hurricane. Hurricane in Azerbaijani, qasırğa. Qasırğa. Sorry about my pronunciation. An example, a hurricane knocked out the power and caused flooding in 3 cities. Power sometimes we say for electricity. A hurricane knocked out the power and caused flooding in 3 cities. Here's a picture of a hurricane. I believe this is in our country, in Florida, in the United States. Okay, the next word is sceptic. Sceptic. 2 possible translations in Azerbaijani, sceptic and şüpheci. Sceptic. An example, I believe in God, but my brother is a skeptic. He tries to prove that there is no God. Okay, my brother is a skeptic. And here's a person that looks skeptical, right? We can say maybe he's a skeptic. I don't know who he is, but I got him from the internet. He's no one I know. Okay, the next word is desalination. Desalination. In Azerbaijani, dusuzlaştırma. So it means taking the salt out of water. An example, there are more than 1,400 desalination plants around the world. A plant is like a factory, right? There are more than 1,400 desalination plants around the world. And here's a picture of a desalination plant. The next, metric ton. Metric ton. I believe it's the same in Azerbaijani, metric ton. Metric ton, we say. So it's a unit of measurement equal to 1,000 kilograms, I believe. The cost of aluminum is usually given per metric ton. The cost of aluminum is usually given per metric ton. For example, it costs $2,000 per metric ton. And here's a warning sign, maybe for a bridge. The limit is 10 tons. The next word, microchip. Microchip. And this word actually can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, you could say microchip. And as a verb, microchip yerleştirme. Okay, to insert a microchip. So two different examples. First, as a noun, China is a major producer of microchips. And second, as a verb. In the US, many people microchip their dogs. So they insert a microchip in the dog's skin. Picture of microchips. Next is the word aquifer. Aquifer. It means sulu tabaka. Okay, it's like an area of rock or sand, for example, under the ground that holds water. It's full of water under the ground. An example, water can be extracted from aquifers through a well. Water can be extracted from aquifers through a well. Here's a picture of an aquifer under the ground, and the open space in the middle is the well through which water can be brought. Okay, this is a very common word in the United States, styrofoam. Styrofoam. It's a material. It describes a material. Penoplast. I gave the Azerbaijani and Russian versions there. I believe this is a Russian word. Penoplast. Okay, so styrofoam describes this white material. We need to buy more styrofoam cups for the party tomorrow. We need to buy more styrofoam cups for the party tomorrow. Here's a picture of, there's an egg carton made from styrofoam, or a food carton made from styrofoam, and a broken piece of styrofoam you can see on the right. Consequently is our next word. Consequently. In Azerbaijani, netice olarak, netice etibarıyla. An example, Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Consequently, almost 6 million refugees have left the country. Consequently. It means like as a result. Okay. This word is associated with American culture. Frontiersman. Frontiersman. A little bit difficult here. In Azerbaijani you might say yeni yere küçülmüş insan, muhacir, öncü, or по-русски colonist. Okay? Someone who is exploring new areas of our country, maybe settling new areas. Here's an example. Daniel Boone was a famous American frontiersman who explored and settled the area which is now the U.S. state of Kentucky. So Daniel Boone was a famous frontiersman. You can read about him on Wikipedia. Okay, so on the right we have a stamp, United States postage stamp with Daniel Boone's name to remember him. On the right, that is not Daniel Boone. That is a different frontiersman. I believe his name is Lewis Meriwether. He explored the western part of our country. Okay. The next word is legislative. Legislative. Kanun verici. Kanun verici is legislative. The main legislative body in the U.S. is called Congress. The main legislative body in the U.S. is called Congress. Here the word body means a group of people. And here is the Capitol building in the United States. This is where Congress meets. Congress, the main legislative body. Okay, and this word, submission. Submission. So it can mean several different things. It can mean itaatkarlık, taslim etme, takdim etme, maruza. So 2 examples. The government hopes to frighten us into submission, but we will continue to protest. I don't know who is saying this, but the government hopes to frighten us into submission, but we will continue to protest. So this meaning is itaatkarlık, okay, or taslim etme. So the second example, my submission for the story writing contest is due tomorrow. My submission for the story writing contest is due tomorrow. And this meaning, of course, is takdim etme, maruza, for example. All right, so there's an example of some protesters, right? Emission. Emission. I believe in Azerbaijani it would be simply emisya. Emisya from Russian. The emission levels from that factory are very high. So emission means something that is coming out, something that is being sent out. The emission levels from that factory are very high. So look at this factory, or maybe it's a power plant. It has a lot of emissions, right? Smoke is coming out. High emissions. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry, I covered it up a bit there. And finally, we have 2 words, instructor and trainer. And my teacher friend was asking, what is the difference between these 2 words? It's a very good question. Instructor, in general, is in a school, a classroom setting, maybe in a university, or any type of teacher of a class. He or she is teaching more than one person, right? A classroom setting. But a trainer is often teaching only one person or 2 people. And maybe a trainer is at work. It's like a work-related training. Or a trainer is training an animal. Okay? So those are some of the differences. So in Azerbaijani, instructor, I think, would be talimatçı. Talimatçı. And trainer would be mashqçı. Mashqçı. So example, I am enjoying my Russian literature course. The instructor is very knowledgeable. Okay, it's a course. There's a class, right? I meet with a personal trainer twice a week at the gym. So in this case, the trainer is working only with me. He's training me with physical fitness, right? I meet with a personal trainer twice a week at the gym. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments section. All right, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.